Make sure to subscribe to our channel, join our Discord, and also follow us on Instagram so you always have the support that you need to really enhance your account and get yourself to the next level. Also, if you stick around until the end of the video, I'm going to show you how you can save a lot of money when you make in-game purchases by getting some amazing cashbacks each time you purchase anything. Hello everyone and welcome to another video of the Sky channel. So in this video we are going to be talking about mcmcmc, who is the diplomat of LOB and one of the whales in the Ants Underground Kingdom. So you can see by his kills more than 43 billion kills, which by itself should show that he is definitely someone who makes a lot of impact in wars and has the power to do so. And without further ado, let's get started with his build. When it comes to the skins, you can see that he actually did purchase several of the orange skins. Now he mentioned that he prioritized getting the skins that have attack and health as their stats. So if he saw an orange skin with attack or health, he would prioritize getting it. That being said, he still has the smaller red star. So it's not yet the big red star and not the horned red star either. It's currently the first level of the red stars. And that's not necessarily because he didn't buy enough orange skins. That's probably because he has been in KOL and then LOB since the start. And as you can imagine, a lot of your experience actually comes from your Groundhog Day because that's a lot of orange skins that you can get. But if you're in the same server as Robot and a bunch of other big whales, there's huge competition for the top spot, and hence the growth in your stars is generally going to be lesser than if you were in, let's say, a dead server, which is yourself. You'd be getting one orange skin each month for free. Moving over to the March skins, and a similar story here. He did prioritize the ones that give attack and health, and you can see that he does have a few of them. The skins have gotten him the 3 purple stars, so he is getting a little bit of soldier and defense, and soon he might get some soldier and attack as well if he's able to get it to 4 star. Okay, let's go to the genetics, and we're going to start with the cells. So you can see all of them are 2 red stars, which is of course the maximum for the cells. They're all between level 21 and level 24, and the evolutions are between level 20 and level 25. You can see that the priority has been given to shooter and attack because those are the ones that are level 24 with the evolution level of 25. Okay, how about his genes? Alright, so you can see all of them, of course, being 5 red star. You can see that the middle one has the highest level as well as the highest evolution level, and that's level 25 and evolution level 25. And as you imagined, the middle one is the shooter and attack. The second priority is with the shooter and health, the one at the right. It's level 24 with level 23 evolution, and the lowest priority is the shooter and defense at level 22 and a level 20 evolution. That should give you a general idea of what he prioritizes in the genes. So that's page number 4. If you go to page number 3, you can see that the priorities remain similar. So shooter and attack first, then shooter and health, and then defense. And as we move across to the other pages as well, you can see that the priority remains the same. Now for the ascents, you might have noticed that the cell ascent was level 4, the gene ascent is level 3. Now the most important things that you get from the ascents actually comes at level 2. You get the 50 combat speed, which is essential, and after that the buffs are good but not as critical as getting the combat speed. And when we go over to the germs, you can see that it is actually pretty similar to the genes, right? So the middle one, which gives it shooter and attack, is highest priority, then it's the health one, then it's the defense one, and across the different pages the priority remains the same. The germ ascent is at level 3. Finally, going over to the fungi, and here you can see that we're looking at a level 33 evolution on the first page. It's a level 15 fungi, which I believe is the maximum, but if you look at the gems at the top, you can also see that special and skill attack and special and skill defense is the one that has been given the highest priority, which is the one all the way to the right, so level 18, and then shooter and attack and shooter and health, second priority at level 17, and shooter and defense, lowest priority at level 15. The overall attributes that he's getting from this particular fungi can be seen on the screen as well. We're looking at about 32 to 36% attack, 32 to 36% defense, and about 15% health. The next page, you can see that it's a level 18 fungi, which I believe is the maximum for this particular fungi as well. Level 33 evolution as well, and the priorities remain pretty similar, just that of course now it's a little bit more defined. Skill attack, skill defense, highest priority, hence level 21. Then shooter and attack, hence level 17. Then shooter and health, level 16. And shooter and defense obviously having the lowest priority. The overall attributes that he's getting from here can also be seen. About 40% attack and defense and about 16% health. The next fungi is at level 21, which of course is the maximum for this one. Again, level 33 evolution, and the priorities remain the same. When it comes to the attributes, we're talking close to 50% attack, 50% defense, and almost 20% health. And the final fungi, level 24 with the level 33 evolution, priorities remain the same, just that you can see that now skill attack and skill defense is a way higher priority than anything else, right? It's level 24, and the attack one is level 17. A huge difference in level. When it comes to the attributes, we're again looking at about 60% attack and defense and about 23% health. The fungi ascent is at level 3. Okay, let's go over to his mutations, and you can see that skill attack mutation all the way up at level 49, so clearly that is the highest priority for him. Then the attack one is at level 46, again a very high priority. And after that is the health one at level 40 and skill defense at level 39 and defense also at level 39. Now you can see the combat speed one is at level 12, but remember that even getting the combat speed one requires you to have 5 of them at level 39 before you even unlock it. So it is something that you can only invest in pretty late while you already have a bunch of things at level 39. So as you can see, him getting the defense and the skill defense to level 39 could be because he wanted to unlock the combat speed. So part of the investment in getting those to level 39 is to unlock the combat speed. Of course, now he might decide to start prioritizing combat speed because combat speed is quite important, especially in shooter battles. If you look at the skill attack one, it is quite nice. It's at level 49, you're getting 17.7% skill attack, while the attack one at level 46 is giving about 29.5% attack. The health one at level 40, giving him almost 15% health. Okay, let's go take a look at his reforms, and we'll start with the Guardians. You can see level 53 to level 55. Now the maximum level for this is level 60, so he's not that far off from maxing this out. The overall stats he's getting from this is 230% attack, 214% defense, and almost 90% health for his Guardians. He also has Reform Cooperation at 40 star. And remember, it's at 20 star that you get the combat speed, so he has crossed that point and is getting a bunch of other bonuses as well. And when we go to the rare reforms, you can see that he's using the health and skill defense ones for his Guardians, which makes a lot of sense. And they're both at level 3, almost level 4 actually, giving him an 18% health and 15% skill defense. Guardians are meant to be more of tanks, right? So health and skill defense are perfect for the Guardians. Going to the shooters, you can already see that it's Reform Corporation level 43, which means that this is the first one that he prioritizes, which should be no surprise. You can also see by the levels of his reforms that this is his highest priority. We're talking between level 53 to level 56. And that's getting about 238% attack, 214% defense, and 92% health. When it comes to the rare reforms, there should be no surprise here either. Attack and skill attack. Shooters are all about attacking. So we're looking at a 45% attack and a 15% skill attack. Next up, carriers. And you can see that carriers are stuck at level 40 because carriers are the ones that he doesn't prioritize. So it's only getting him 116% attack and defense and 46.4% health. What's interesting is that he didn't even prioritize the carrier and attack reform, which is something that a lot of people do to get higher scores in Pangolin. So clearly he focuses a lot more on his PvP, because if he wanted to focus on Pangolin, he could get a bit of attack just by leveling up that level 40 reform, which shouldn't be too expensive. But remember, by doing so, he is taking away the reform essence that could be used for his shooters. When it comes to the rare reforms, he is using the defense one and the one that gives attack, defense, and health, overall getting him 15% attack, 60% defense, and 6% health. health. His reform cooperation for carriers is also 40 star, and that's because he did have to have that at 40 star to level up his shooters beyond 40 star. Alright, going over to his insects, and you can see that his main insect is a deadleaf mantis, which is the newest shooter insect so far. I'm expecting another one to come up maybe next week or something. And that deadleaf mantis is level 98. He also has the new guardian insect that just came out last week, and that one is level 80. He also has a carrier insect, which is the latest one. It's not the new generation one because that hasn't come out yet, but that is also at level 80. Now remember that to get the main insect beyond level 94, you do need to have two other insects at level 80, hence the guardian and the carrier one. You can also see that he does seem to buy the insects of every class as soon as they come out. So why don't we take a look at his deadleaf mantis? It is using the red lizard skin, which is pretty cool. It gives additional damage, which is always nice to have. And let's also take a look at his talents that he's assigned to the deadleaf mantis. So of course in the bottom tree he did get the skill attack as well as skill defense, which is definitely useful, and most of the rest of his talents are used on the right branch. And that is something that you may have seen in a lot of the different Whale series where I do show the talents. The right tree is always a priority, and the bottom tree is generally to pick up a few small things like skill attack or skill defense. You can also see how he assigned his star points in case you want to do the same. The insect ascent is at level 28, giving him an increase in 28% of all types of damage. Alright, let's go to his new guardian insect. And remember, this new insect actually gives you the ability to get 20 more talent points. So if you take a look at his talents, it might seem like it's not a level 80, but rather maybe like a level 90. So something similar, you can see skill attack and skill defense from the bottom tree, while the rest of the stuff is coming from the right tree, which again is generally always the best move because the right tree has many interesting bonuses that are specific to that insect. And generally when a new insect comes out, they always try to make sure that the right tree has a bunch of cool talents. You can also see how he assigned his star points in case you want to do something similar. And the insect ascent here is level 0 as he focused the resources on his main insect. Finally, the carrier insect, it is using the Lucas skin. And remember, it is also level 80. So let's take a look at what the talents look like. You can see that he went for the skill attack and he used the rest of the talents on the right branch. The insect ascent here, again at level 0 because he decided to use most of the resources on the main insect. And this is how he assigned the star points. A good time to start taking a look at his insect buddies. And you can see that the tortoise beetle already at 3 red stars, which is the maximum star level. And the common blue is actually pretty close. One more level up and it's going to be full 3 red stars, suggesting that he does seem to buy these packs every single day. You can also see the gallery bonus, and it is currently at level 4. And what happens is that anytime he gets additional materials that he cannot use to upgrade his existing insect buddies because they are already maxed out, he can use them to upgrade the gallery. And that gives a little bit of a boost in the overall attack, defense, and health boost that the buddies provide to the main insects. So right now it's at 0.8, but after he levels it up to 5, it's going to be an additional 1.0. And if you go into his 8-star tortoise beetle, you'll notice that while the maximum is supposed to be 50% attack, 50% defense, and 50% health boost that the buddy gives to the main insect, in his case it is 50.8. And that 0.8 is actually coming from the gallery upgrade. So once it gets to level 5, it's going to be 51%. Okay, next up, let's take a look at the insect skins. And remember, you can assign up to 6 insect skins, and the buffs that you get from them become passive buffs. So even if you're not using that skin on the particular insect, you're still getting them. So you can see normal attack critical damage of 10%, normal attack resistance of 10%, damage reduction of 6%, healing effect received increase of 10%, and then he's also getting an all soul giant attack of 1.25%, and a damage bonus of 6%, which is coming from the red lizard, of course. And then the last one is actually giving a 2.5% attack, which is coming from that purple crystal. And that's the free crystal that you get. So eventually, once there's another paid insect skin, he's probably going to replace this with that paid insect skin because the buffs are generally better. Okay, let's now take a quick glimpse on his special ants. And you can see a lot of them are actually at 8 star, right? Sahar and Silver Ant at 8 star, which looks pretty cool. He's also invested in the CR being 8 stars. So he does seem to have a little bit of a focus on carriers as well. Otherwise, he wouldn't have this at 8 star. Carpenter Ant at 8 star as well. Hairy Panther, Wise Berserker, Golden Crystal, Emerald Jewel Ant, Black Knight, Fomega Clara, Crimson Pearl, Lathy Sniffer, and Proata. So all of them are 8 star and all of them are used in his troops. So clearly the ones that he uses in troops, he makes sure to make them 8 star. Now when we go down and see the other orange ants that he has, we can see that they don't have any stars altogether. So clearly his priority is to star up the ants that he uses in his unit and not waste any exotic shells on ants that he's not using. The interesting thing is he does have 2 of the new jungle ants, the bison ant, which is for guardians, and the rainbow wings, which is for carriers. Okay, let's go to the awakening gallery, and you can see a lot of them are at level 1, but then there's a few that are level 40, which again suggests that he prioritizes upgrading the ones that he needs. So a lot of them being level 1, and then there's golden crystal at level 40, probably for his pangolin. There is emerald jewel ant at level 40. There is black knight at level 40. There's crimson pearl at level 40, probably for pangolin again. And then for mega clara at level 40. And you can also see that a bunch of others are level 1 or level 10. So he does seem to try to get them to level 10, maybe just to get a little bit of an awakening gallery buff, because that gives you the ability to level it up, and it's fairly cheap to do so. But the primary ones that he does seem to use are mostly level 40, right? There's the Proata as well, level 40. So I guess his priority is maxing out the ones that he needs and then leveling the others to level 10, which is smart because level 10 is cheap, and then upgrading it to help with the awakening gallery level. So at level 19, he is getting 60% attack, 60% defense, and 24% health for shooter, carrier, and guardian respectively. And at level 20, that can go up to 70, 70, and 28. And he's almost there. So level 20 is just a few upgrades away. Now let's take a look at how he built his units. We already saw that all of them are 8 star. So when it comes to the pro unit, he is using guardian shooter. So there's a black knight at the first row. Then there is emerald jewel ant and Sahar and silver ant. And remember that he didn't really purchase the black velvet. Otherwise, perhaps he would have switched to using black velvet, emerald jewel ant, and Sahar and silver ant in his pro unit. So deadleaf mantis level 98, and then there's the guardian shooter. The next unit is the one that's using the guardian insect, and that is Arta for mega clara and Lathy sniffer. Again, guardian shooter, and it does also have a nice synergy to it because for mega clara and Lathy sniffer do work well together. The third row is actually using carriers with the carrier insect and carpenter ant, golden crystal, and CR. The fourth unit, I'm assuming he doesn't use that much at all. It's using a 9-star wasp, and it has hairy panther, crimson pearl, and wise berserker. And my assumption is he probably uses this to hunt insects or geckos. Now, since he's already maxed out the stars in all of his units, he has a total of 96 points that he could use in the special ant troop boost. And as you can imagine, he's maxed it out all the way through. Now it's time to look at his evolutions. You can see that he has all 3 T10s, and he also has 48% on his excellent enhance. Now remember, a strong strike in my opinion is one of the best ones because that gives you skill damage of all your squads, and that's probably what he's going for because it is coming right up once he maxes out the row right above it, which isn't that far off. Okay, the evolution Meteorite, let's get to that. The Pioneer evolution is golden, so he does have all of them between level 25 to level 30. None of them have been ascended to red yet, but that might happen soon. Once he gets them all to level 30, he's gonna start ascending them to red. So the priorities are clearly visible. The shooter and guardian ants upgrades, as well as the one that gives health, has been prioritized the most. They're all level 30. The one that gives attack is level 29. And then the carrier and defense ones are level 25 because of course you do need to get them to 25 before you can level the others further. The Pioneer Ascent is at level 4, and in this particular ascent, getting it to level 3 is the most critical because that gets you the 50 combat speed, and of course it's always a race about combat speed, so he's already past that. He's at level 4. He also has 26 lava cores that he can use to upgrade the Pioneer or Explorer ascents further. The bonuses that you get other than combat speed are nice, but not that huge, so every upgrade gives you 0.5% skill attack and skill defense. Talking about the overall evolution attributes, minus the ones that he's getting from the ascent, of course, is about 70 to 80% health and 160 to 190% attack and defense, which are pretty nice buffs to have for a single evolution Meteorite. Next up, Explorer. You can see that it's also a golden evolution, and the levels are between level 25 and level 30, and the priorities again are Shooter and Guardian being the highest priority at level 30, and then Attack at level 29, and this time Health is at level 27. Defense and the Carrier ones are level 25, so the lowest priority again. The Ascent is at level 3, giving him the 50 combat speed that he really needs, and the overall attributes he's getting is between 60 to 73% health and 160 to 190% attack and defense. Again, pretty nice for another one of his evolution Meteorites. The Trailblazer evolution, you can see that it is purple, and it's currently between level 23 to level 24, and he was able to get the Ascent to level 3, giving him the 50 combat speed. He does have 16 more cores that he could use to upgrade it further, but I'm sure he's not going to use it on the Trailblazer evolution as he already has the 50 combat speed, but rather on the Conqueror evolution where his Ascent isn't level 3 yet. When it comes to the overall attributes, we're looking at about 50 to 60% health and 135 to 145% attack and defense. Again, really nice. And finally, the Conqueror evolution. This one is green right now, but it seems like he's very close to getting it upgraded to purple. The Ascent here is at level 1 because this is a fairly newer one, and as you can imagine, he didn't have that much time to collect all those cores. But remember, he does have 16 of the cores out of the 50 that he needs to get this to level 2, giving him an increase in 15 combat speed, and then once he gets 50 more, he's going to get it to level 3, giving him the total 50 combat speed that he can get from the Ascent. When it comes to the overall attributes, we're looking at about 28% health, 71% attack, and 71% defense. That covers the evolution Meteorite. Let's take a look at the treasures. Now the cave treasure, all of them are maxed out at level 20, giving him a pretty nice amount of buffs. So you can see that the orange treasure actually gives him 50% health and 15% critical resistance. And then if you go to the bottom row, we're talking 40% attack, 40% defense, and 16% health for the different classes. Combine the whole row together and it becomes for all classes. And if I'm not mistaken, the middle row is getting him 50% attack and 50% defense for all classes as well. The island treasure, you can see it is between level 15 to level 16, with the orange treasure being at level 16, giving him a 34% health and a 6.5% skill defense. The other one that's level 16 right now is the one that gives attack, which is quite expected because we do know he does focus on getting a high attack. So the bottom row at level 15 gets him 25% attack, 25% defense, and 10% health. Finally, the last page is the Rainforest treasure, and you can see that it's also been upgraded pretty nicely. It's between level 10 to level 15, with the bottom row already being level 15, and the top row, orange treasure, is at level 14, giving him 26.6% health, as well as a 5.1% skill damage reduction for enemy special ants. Okay, going over to his classes, you can see that he prioritizes Raider the most, level 153, and that gives him a bunch of skill attack and skill defense for the different classes that he can use based on which ants he's using right now. So currently you can see that he has the skill attack of Guardians and skill attack of Shooters assigned to his class. Of course, he does have Cultivator leveled up a little bit as well, so that's level 79, probably because everyone does have to switch to Cultivator during Gathering Day so that they can complete their server versus server. Herder, of course, at level 0. No surprise there. And of course, since I have you here, I want to remind you that you can get between 10 to 35% bonus on all in-game purchases in the Ants Underground Kingdom. The steps are quite simple. All you need to do is follow the video that I'm
linking to this video, and you can also click that button that's going to appear at the top right of your screen to go to that video. The latest promo code is going to be in the name of that video, so you will know which promo code to use to get these amazing bonuses. And as the promo code changes, I'll update the title of that video. A lot of other people are taking advantage of this. Feel free to check it out. If you have any questions, you can join our Discord and I can guide you through the process as well.
Now let's take a look at a mine report, and you can see that he is using his pro unit, so that's the Black Knight with Emerald Jewel Ant and Sahan Silver Ant with his level 98 Deadleaf Mantis. And we will jump right to his stats, and you can see almost 2800% attack for his Guardians, about 2700% defense, 241.67% skill attack, 235.97% skill defense, and about 1270% health. The combat speed 1040 because the Black Knight also gives a 40 combat speed. When it comes to his shooters, we're looking at about 3190% attack, 2660% defense, 274.37% skill attack, almost 221% skill defense, close to 1150% health, and 1000 combat speed. So really high stats, which should be no surprise given that we've been through his entire build. So that's how mcmcmc built his account, and you can see his extremely high stats and exactly how he got them. Now my estimate of how much you might have to spend to get your account to where his account is today would be about $300,000. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please like it. Please subscribe to our channel. Check out our other Whale series videos where we discuss accounts that are all the way up there, and you can get a feel of how it is being in one of the accounts where somebody has invested up to $500,000. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.